If your home has central air conditioning, have you noticed that there's still one room that never quite gets as cool as you really want it to be? Or your idea of cool is different than your spouse's. What if you live in a home that doesn't have air conditioning? Your options then to add it are either a very expensive bill or to buy a window unit that is, quite frankly, difficult to install and sometimes dangerous. I'm not a big fan of 80-pound appliances sticking out of a window, especially if you walk under the window. So what do? Well, there's a company over in Europe. Now, if you lived in Italy or France or Germany or even England, you would know the name Delonghi. They are the appliance people. They created a new technology for air conditioning. And this guy is the one who recommended it. Sean Pickford, welcome back.
Good to see you.
How are you, my friend?
Good.
This entire installation took minutes. This unit is on casters.
Right.
And it's more than an air conditioner. It's 4 different appliances.
Yeah, so it's an air conditioner, it's also a heater, it's a 3-speed fan, and it's a dehumidifier. It does all those things, and it does them really, really well.
Yeah.
Because that's what Delonghi's all about. They introduced portable air conditioning to us in the United States. They're in 123 countries. They know what they're talking about when it comes to cooling and heating the air.
Now, you may not be able to see this, but the top portion of this is moving.
Yeah, it's oscillating.
You got it, great.
Right, because we're moving the air through the entire room.
Because it's not enough to just, by the way, how do I describe it? An air conditioner doesn't cool the air, it pulls the heat out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that sounds bizarre.
It's like reverse psychology there.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it takes all the moisture that's in the air that makes it warm in your home and moves it out. Hence, that's why you have to have a tube like this on the other end. Because if you don't have a tube like this...
This tube gets warm.
Right.
That's normal. It doesn't get hot, but it does get warm. But the air coming out of the top of this thing, man, that's nice.
Well, and look.
That's real air conditioning. That's not just a fan.
Right, and you can see how far down we can go to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. You saw it just shake a little bit, so the compressor kicked on there, so it's ready to go. If I want to go up in temperature, I can go up all the way to 89 degrees. So you have that whole temperature variance, so you can have it as cool as you want or as warm as you want.
It's funny. This is me, personal preference. I know this is almost dumb. I want to be able to store meat in the bedroom. Okay, I like it at like 64 degrees, and then I put extra blankets on the bed. Now, but that's how I'm comfortable sleeping.
But there's studies that say that when you sleep in a cooler environment like that, you get a better night's sleep.
I know I do.
Right, there's something to that. So
my central air on this old farmhouse, that bedroom was easily 20 degrees warmer.
Yeah, that's Sam's room in our house.
Yeah, well, he's right above the garage.
He's right above the garage. He's like, Dad, I can't sleep here anymore. This is crazy. I'm like, Sam, there's a Delonghi downstairs in the garage. Go bring it up to the roof. He brought it up, set it up himself.
Okay, let's talk about installation, and let's talk about the cost of operation, because this thing is really, truly an amazing piece of equipment. It is August. I'm sorry, I'm only down to one color at this point. It's the black, but at $489.98, I'm competing at that price with window air conditioners, and window air conditioners aren't also heaters.
Right.
This thing, when it gets to be February in the same room that never got cold with the air conditioner in the summer, now never gets warm with the heater in the winter. So you've got supplemental heat. It also will pull how many gallons of moisture out of the air?
So 7 gallons of moisture out of the air in a 24-hour period, and you never have to touch a thing.
Yep.
So you're not emptying a bucket or a pail. And the cool thing is, you're holding part of the window kit that we have here. There are 0 tools required to install this. So even though you and I are handy, it's even better.
The only thing that you need is a window that opens up and down, or one that slides left and right.
Right.
If you've got a crank style window, I'm sorry, it won't work.
Yeah, because this would fall out is what it is. So your window kit, your window can be as large as 48 inches. So this is the 3 panels that we would have spread out like this. Now, the QVC window we have behind us, I got rid of the big panel. I only needed the 2 or smaller panels. So the beauty is, and you can slide these whatever side you want. You can see this matches up with the window.
Yep.
Then
this goes in.
Right, the tube is 4 feet long. By the time you add the other 2 pieces, you're at 5 feet is what it is. So that end there, it actually screws on. You turn it counterclockwise to twist it onto the tube.
And then this thing bends so that you've got complete versatility and setting it up.
You might have to go around Dad's easy chair
Right.
or around the end table or what it might be. So you have flexibility to put this exactly where you want it. You plug it into a standard household outlet. Before it used to have to be 20 amp circuit.
Which
or you
required an
couldn't run.
electrician.
Right.
Yep, I agree. Yep. I'm telling you, this thing, it's awesome. I have the Delonghi version from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's in my master bedroom, and I use it virtually every single night in the summer. And then in the winter, I'm still using it almost every single night as a heater. You can use it as just a fan if need be.
Yeah, if you're using it in the fan mode, you don't have to have it hooked up to the tube. But when you're in the heating mode, in the air conditioning, we recommend you do that so you can exchange that moisture, so you can push it back outside.
I run it as a dehumidifier all the time.
I mean, it does a fabulous job. I mean, look, we were accustomed to these. I know when we first got one as a kid, it went in the parents' bedroom. We all slept there in the summertime, everyone in the same room.
And we were happy to have it.
Right, but it sounds like a jet airplane taking off right beside your ear. And not only that, if you're on the 5th floor balancing on a 2-inch ledge, all right, you don't want that thing to fall out.
The things I've seen people do with 2x4s trying to support these window air conditioners. Now, this is the crazy thing. This window unit, which is a smaller BTU, and they changed the way these units are measured in performance. This thing weighs as much as what you've got.
Yeah.
But the one that we have here with Sean is on casters, can easily be moved. And the setup time is minutes.
Yeah, this takes a lot longer. This thing's good for a boat anchor right now. That's about it.
Plus, it also blocks half the view of the window.
Yeah, if you live in a newer homeowners association neighborhood, you can't have one of these.
Right.
The dehumidifier beside you was great for removing water from the air. The problem is you got to empty the bucket or pail 7 times in a 24-hour period to keep up with what we have over there. Nobody wants to do that. Fan, awesome, but if you have little kids and pets and paws, look, you can get through there. You can't get to the access of this one. And this heater, it's great if you're sitting right on top of it. Otherwise, you're not getting the heat from it.
This unit is powerful enough to cool off a 500 square foot room.
Yeah, that's huge.
God, do you have a room in your house that's 500 square feet?
20 by 25?
Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah, or, that's just ginormous.
It's a huge room. It's an entire 2nd floor. Maybe it's your entire apartment, depending on where you live.
Agreed. Yep.
So,
and turning up the thermostat, or turning the temperature down on the thermostat, but cranking up your air conditioner if you have central air, is very expensive.
Yeah, all the professionals say do not do that. That is the worst way to heat and cool a home.
Zone heating.
Yes.
We talk about that and brag about it in the winter because it saves you money. Zone cooling is the exact same way.
Yeah. It's a more efficient way to get the cool that you want.
Man, that's chilly.
And you can turn on different fan speeds on this one, so you can set it where you want. If I want to hit the different mode buttons, just by touching that button, you can see it scrolls through the different things that I want to do. So there, it's just on the fan, meaning I wouldn't have to have the tube hooked up to it.
Right.
If I want to go to there where we put on the sun, now you see it shuts down.
Yeah.
The unit's going to reset itself and then kick into the heater mode if you want to do that.
Well, does your wall thermostat have a remote control? No. Oh, wow. Man, that was blowing heat right away.
It doesn't take long for it to blow the heat, but it will take a few seconds for it to reset itself, and then it will kick back on and start getting to the temperature that you want. There's also a timer that you can build in, so if you want it to come on, so it's not running all day long if you're not there at work, you can do that. So
it is our most advanced Delonghi unit currently in inventory.
Right.
And again, we still have all of August. September, it's still going to be warm in September. There's going to be days in October where you wake up in the morning and feel like you need heat, and later in the day you'll need air conditioning. This unit does both.
Yeah, and that's the great thing.
That's a huge fact. You live in Arizona in the summer, you wake up in the morning and it's cold because it's a desert. This unit does both. Installation is simple and easy. Now, my installation was a little different because I had the older kit.
Right.
But now, I like the new kit. It goes even faster.
Because there's no tools required, it goes faster. This is a funky windowsill, I'll be honest with you. There's a weird lip on here.
Right.
But I was still able to just put it in the window, push it down. You get the pieces of foam so you can seal it out so there's no cracks
in
or
my
anything.
own home, I put a couple of screws up at the top.
Yeah, I just get that little metal L bracket. I put
Yeah.
a screw in the window and a screw there so that nobody can open or close that window. So it's simple, it's easy to do. I mean, it's so much more efficient than either turning down the thermostat or turning it up to compensate for 1 or 2 rooms in your house.
I don't consider myself to be high maintenance, but I work too hard and I'm too old to lay in bed at night and sweat.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, you don't get a good night's sleep.
No.
So then you wake up, you go to work, and you're ornery. You don't have a good day at work.
Huh?
It all snowballs from there. So when you get a good night's sleep,
That's nice.
it's really good.
The unit almost disappears. It really does, but it just makes such a difference. And it's so sleek and it's so quiet. It's the ultimate appliance for personal comfort in your home, and I've got it. That's really important. Delonghi is a brand name that's not easy to find here in the United States. They invented portable air conditioning and brought it to this country. Over in Europe, your refrigerator's probably Delonghi. You know, your steam iron's Delonghi. They're a major appliance manufacturer. By the way, we showed it on video and I forgot to talk about it. This has a special filter in it that's different than any other filter. It's what they call their bio silver filtration.
Yeah, it's in the back of the unit. So all you do is I just took off the little
It's paper
screen
thin,
here.
and it uses silver to not only catch contaminants, but also to get rid of particulates that can be very irritating
You
to
know,
us.
the pollen and things you see when you open the window and you see that through the screen and the sunlight, all those things floating around. We captured the larger particles. Either wash it off underwater, let it fully dry before you put it back in, or take one of your vacuum cleaners and go ahead and suck the dust off.
Yeah, but
it prolongs the life of your unit.
But the best part is it's a filter I can clean instead of having to buy filters.
Exactly.
Because I am buying furnace filters and air conditioning. I call them furnace filters, even though it's air intake for the air conditioner.
I know what you're talking
I'm buying those every month, and in my place, I got to buy 3 a month.
Yeah, it adds up. Where
With this,
all you simply do is
done.
wash it off, put it back in there. It's real easy to do.
I'll tell you, I almost wish that I had 3 of these units and no central air, and then I'd have the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen.
It'd be really efficient to do it that way, and especially if you're in an older home where they say it's just not possible to put in central air conditioning.
Yeah.
It's much more efficient to buy 1, 2, or 3 of these, and you get the better result from it using less energy.
Keep you comfortable. August, we've got a long way to go before it gets to be cooler temperatures. And